While Americans went out on yet another Saturday afternoon to hold No Kings protests, posting selfies, feeling like we are a part of something, people in Iran are out on a weekday, standing around infrastructure, hoping they don't get bombed and praying this nightmare comes to an end. The gap between us is huge, and I'm not talking geographically. I'm Andrew, and this is Act Bigger with Mr. Earth Rebirth. Do me a favor, like this video, and subscribe if you agree with anything I have to say. This morning, Donald Trump posted this. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in a long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Just think about how insane that is for a second. An entire country reduced to a social media post, while Trump shrugs his shoulders like it's something he just has to do. And here's the part that matters. When Americans hear that, it doesn't even feel real to us. For Americans, the words are real. The danger is not, because we're not the ones getting bombed. The U.S. has been in military conflict roughly 230 out of 250 years of our existence. War is who America is. So why don't Americans feel that same fear? We've built an entire system where war is something we watch, not something we experience. Here, war looks like news alerts, social media debates, maybe gas prices going up. Over there, it looks like people trying to figure out if their city or home is still going to exist tomorrow. So now you've got civilians being told to go stand around infrastructure, bridges, power plants, key sites, not soldiers, people, children, families, entire generations are standing together to show the human cost of American imperialism as the world watches to see what we will do next. They're just showing up, being visible, because that's the only leverage they have left, making the world watch. And this is where Americans get it twisted. We think our safety during war is normal. It is not. It is a delusional privilege, and it's engineered. This is what modern colonization looks like. You don't always have to occupy a place. You just control what happens to it. When pressure gets applied, when violence gets applied, when and what gets turned on and off. Take a look at Cuba right now, where following U.S. measures earlier this year, oil shipments have been largely blocked, creating huge fuel shortages. And the energy crisis has led to island-wide blackouts and people largely relying on wood fires just to survive.
Coal cellars are everywhere, amid power outages lasting up to 10 hours and as shortages of fuel, food and medicine begin to bite. Hard-pressed Cubans are having to be resourceful.
The situation is getting even more complicated than it was, so we're out looking for coal. Our budget doesn't stretch to an electric generator or an EcoFlow battery, or anything like that. Charcoal is the most affordable option. It's not exactly cheap, but at least it solves the problem.
No foreign fuel or oil tanker has arrived in Cuba in weeks, meaning many are resorting to cooking with coal. Those who can afford it, meanwhile, have been turning to solar panels. Since US President Donald Trump severed the island's access to its primary petroleum sources in Venezuela and Mexico, the Cuban government has brought in emergency measures to ration what fuel is left and ease blackouts that are affecting everything from homes to hospitals. They've shuttered universities, reduced school hours and the work week, and slashed public transport.
And most importantly, America always makes sure it never comes back to us. So yeah, Americans feel safe when we're at war because American exceptionalism is designed to make sure it is always fought for somewhere else. War doesn't feel real here because the consequences aren't allowed to be. We're not outside of war. We're just not the ones forced to live the nightmares inside of it every single day. I'm Andrew, and this is Act Bigger with Mr. Earth Rebirth. Follow on YouTube and Substack for more breakdowns, because this isn't just about one story. It's about understanding the systems behind them and how we got here. Dream big, act bigger.